In a world where the four guys on a couch make a podcast called We're Not Experts, we're coming to you live from a basement underground. We are making a podcast about liminal spaces in our third... Is it the third week or fourth week?
This is our fourth week.
In our fourth week of Spooktober.
Oh, hello there. It's me, Gary, the monster from under your bed, and your new spooky friend through the month of October. You are listening to the We're Not Experts podcast with Noah, Caleb, Jonah, and our special guest through the month of October, Carter. Happy Halloween.
Yo guys, what is up? I'm here with the boys doing an intro. I'm making sure that the intro this time is super high energy because last time it was like 4 a.m. when we did a podcast.
That will never happen again.
No, we will.
Except for our Christmas Eve podcast when we stay up to catch Santa.
Yeah, we will! Let's go! Anyway, guys, we're glad that you guys are back for another week, another day, another hour.
Oh, hour.
What did you say?
$1.
$1.
$1 to our OnlyFans. What is it called? Patreon.
Patreon.
To our Patreon for tier 1.
Tier 1. Anyway, we're glad you're here for Spooktober. We're approaching the end of Spooktober, sadly. We're in the last week. And I mean, we do still have a special spooky Halloween podcast for you guys coming out on Halloween. But this is our final Friday in Spooktober. How are you guys feeling right now?
I'm feeling great. I'm sad to see it go because, I'm thinking about what this podcast was like before.
It was
October,
nice.
And it was, but I like these stories. I like being scared.
Oh, yeah. It's nice to have
I'm excited for, not Easter. I'm excited for Thanksgiving to come.
Oh, yeah?
Soon.
Thanksgiving?
The holidays. Got some Christmas. But we still have Halloween in front of us.
That's true. We still do have Halloween. How are you feeling, Caleb?
I don't really know, man. It's just kind of cold.
That's true. It is.
That's all. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's just cold. I haven't really seen a lot of Halloween decorations out.
That's true.
I haven't really got much candy.
Well, it's not Halloween yet.
I know, but there's that lead up and you kind of gorge yourself.
No.
Oh, well, I'm not getting into that action this year. Maybe it's just a lack of action.
You have a lack of action this year.
Yeah, action, adventure action.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Excitement.
That the kind?
Yeah, excitement.
What kind of excitement?
Pure blissful boyhood excitement.
Okay, very good.
Like building a log cabin with sticks and putting my pet dog in it.
So Carter, how have you been feeling?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Spooktober? Everything that's happened. Everything that's yet to happen.
It's been pretty fun.
Good boy.
October is where I thrive. It's my month, I'm sad to see it come to an end.
It's not. It's almost there, but it's not.
My guy was born in October.
I was born in October.
Happy birthday.
This is your month. This is your month of success and stuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, now that we all know how we feel about.
Can I start us off with a story that has nothing to do with Halloween or anything? It was just a funny thing that happened to me today.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, nice little icebreaker. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, icebreakers.
Oh, I love icebreakers.
So, I was at work.
Yeah.
Sanding floors,
Yes, as you do.
As I do, and we're in this creepy Detroit house. It's very old school.
Yeah.
Terrible floor.
Uh-huh.
Looks great now.
The entire
Whoa,
you
know
how there's the groundwork of your floor and then there's the floorboards?
Yeah.
There's the structure underneath.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The house is so old, it's all slanted down, it's all trying to funnel in the middle.
There wasn't even a subfloor.
Horrible. When you stand and look at the floor, it's seriously like a slant, like a ramp.
That's all beside the point. Basically, there's this door you open up, and then it's a staircase up to the attic.
Oh.
And so we did when you open up the door, there's about a foot between the door and the stairs.
Yeah.
So we sanded that foot down there, it was still the floor. So I opened it up to see what it looked like today.
Yeah.
And freaking cat, the guy at the house had 6 cats.
Yeah.
One of them snuck right by me, ran up to the attic, and I was like, shoot, I just lost this guy's cat in an attic.
Yeah.
But apparently the cat does it a lot, and the guy came and he's like, dude, he's like, this happens all the time, let's find him. So it's just me and this random the customer, the homeowner, up in his attic trying to find his cat.
That's suspicious that you just went into this man's attic unattended.
He was chill.
That's the second time very recently you've been in an attic.
Yeah,
How do you feel?
And we got the cat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you see anything up there? Anything out of the ordinary?
At one point I thought there was a dead dog, but it was just a fur coat on the ground.
Nice.
How do you mix those up?
Because
How do you mix that up casually?
It was either a dead dog or a full-on bear.
No, I understand. I respect that. That's fair.
Yeah, no, I mean, awesome. Carter, you got fun work story?
No, I hate my job.
That's fair.
You just quit.
That's fair.
Join the unemployment ranks.
Yes.
Carter, put in your Fortnite.
I don't play Fortnite.
Yes, you
Yes,
do, you
do.
dirty liar.
Oh my
Who
God.
are you?
Wait, we lie now? We're liars?
Sorry,
Do we lie on the podcast?
We might not be experts, but clearly we're liars.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you better be sorry. My
What a-
God.
That came from a dark place. We all
did.
jumped on him like sharks.
I can't believe him.
Can't believe that.
I think it's because of all the times he shows up late because he's got to get that Fortnite dub in.
True.
That winner chicken dinner.
True.
That's the rugby.
Anyway, guys, we're talking about liminal spaces today, and we are most likely, almost positively, also talking about the SCP Foundation a little bit at the end.
And I don't know what that is.
Somebody talk about how afraid I am of balls.
You never know
I'm
what
really
we're going to
afraid of
talk
women.
about today, so let's jump right into it. Caleb, I mean, you're the one who did a lot of the research on these liminal spaces here. Do you want to
All right.
talk to us, man?
Right. So listen. Okay.
I'll listen.
As a one-time semester college goer,
Okay.
I make sure to put logic in everything I do. Right.
Yeah, obviously.
That's where they taught me up there in that think tank
Okay.
of online school.
Yes.
And that's, I looked up, and apparently liminal space, the term, did not come from the horror thing.
Oh,
It's actually, I guess it's not horror, I don't even know what it's like, an
it's
aesthetic.
spooky. It's creepy.
It's actually a psychological term that you've been using for a long time.
Oh, really?
It means a liminal space is a space between spaces. A liminal space is a boundary between 2 points of time, space, or both. It's a middle ground between 2 grounds, the mid structure between 2 structures. So I was explaining to Jonies when
It's the TARDIS.
Dude, I don't remember that show, even though I watched
It's a
every
TARDIS.
episode. Oh yeah, because
But
I guess it is. It
words.
exists outside of
It-
space
it-
and time.
Yeah. It's like the time machine between different points in time.
No, you're right. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's kind of like a black hole too. It exists outside of space and time or
Oh
something
my
like that.
gosh.
Or I guess it's just time.
Okay.
Anyways, essentially, it's a psychological term used for like, what did I say? They call it like adolescence is in liminal space because you're not an adult, you're not a kid, you're an
Oh.
adolescent. If you're a freelancer, you don't have a job, but you're not unemployed. You're you're in a liminal space.
I want to be
And
liminal.
they say that's why. I unplugged my computer. That's why they say it causes so much anxiety.
Am I in
because-
liminal space because I'm not 4 foot, but I'm not 6 foot?
No, you're just short.
No, you're just not
You're
tall.
below average. That's what it is.
Oh. Hey guys, I'm just gonna be honest with you right now. I'm a little pissed off, okay? I noticed that a lot of you aren't subscribed to our YouTube channel. I noticed that a lot of you aren't following our Instagram account. I noticed that a lot of you aren't subbed to our Patreon for some reason. It's honestly pissing me off right now. I don't even know what to say. Why have you not gone and subscribed, watched all the videos, liked all the videos, hit the bell for the notifications? Why have you not followed our Instagram, liked all our photos, commented on our photos whenever we post? We can comment back to you and interact with you guys because we just want to have a fun, loving relationship with you guys. You guys aren't rating our podcast. You're not responding to anything on the podcast. I just don't understand what you're doing. And I'm sorry for this really long rant. I'm just like really angry right now. I just don't even know what to say. me guess.
So yeah, that's why it's anxiety-inducing spaces, because you're not either there or not. So another one would be
Yeah.
so you're at an airport. An airport's considered a liminal space.
Really?
Because you start from your home and your goal is to get to wherever you're going.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
say Miami.
Yeah.
The airport is just the means of getting there. Us coming to your house, our car ride is considered a liminal space because it's
Dude.
just the means to get to your next destination.
Liminal
What's
spaces
in
are everywhere.
between is considered anxiety driven only if there is things happening in there that should not happen. So for example, if me and Jonah were driving and we got in we seen some random like naked guy run across the street.
What the frick? Did you
It's
actually?
supposed no.
Oh.
No, thank God. Thank God. But that could be considered an anxiety inducing event. What are you about to say?
Nothing.
Just continue.
Because it is in that car ride, your brain already sets aside the car ride as not important. What's important is where you're going.
Yeah.
So if anything monumentous, or however you say that, I messed that up.
No, you said it right.
Oh, thank you. Happens in that car ride, it throws your brain off because your brain considered that a non-existent point in time. An airport is like that. You know how, and I agree with it. Airport like shops you can go to and restaurants and all that. It's weird. Like when you go on, you see the 6 guys at the freaking bar taking shots.
Yeah.
It's weird because why is it there? It shouldn't be in an airport. There's no point. And the idea is because that airport should mean nothing to you. Your brain that can only focus on certain things gets rid of the middle part of a journey. So the liminal spaces, when it comes to the aesthetic and the horror thing, that's why it's mainly like hallways or corridors or empty hospitals or rooms that are usually full, like the Chuck E. Cheese. You're looking at an empty, dark Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
It's because your brain knows that should be filled.
There
And
should
then
be
when it
stuff
comes to
in there.
hallways, it's because that in your brain already sees a hallway as a non-existent entity.
Yeah.
It's just the means to get somewhere. So
just
when
the
it
means to
becomes
get down the hall.
creepy, yeah, and when it
How do you
becomes
get down the
creepy-
hall without the hall?
Wow.
I'm just.
You just don't, because there's no hall to
I'm
go
just
down.
curious,
My dome just got transferred
just-
to a plane of non-existence.
You just
But
got
it
put
took a
into
liminal space to there.
Oh my God, you're right.
So if I were to walk to the bathroom right now, would that walk to the bathroom be a liminal space?
Yeah, technically, if your goal is the bathroom. and
But
this
what
your
is
standing
the
point.
space? The space, is time.
the journey.
For that would be time. If you were explicitly had to walk through a hallway, then that would be the
Well, then explain that.
space.
Liminal spaces.
Well, that one I don't even the Backrooms one, just because it's like an empty building that you automatically know should be filled. So it's a different thing because it's the two different anxieties of things that shouldn't have anything happening,
Things
having
that
things
should
happen,
be fit,
and then things that should have stuff happening that doesn't. Both of them screwed the brain the same way. That's why they're called liminal spaces. Because
Okay.
it's things that your brain does not count on.
Yeah.
That is now being completely shifted. So then you immediately start panicking because your brain's like, hey,
You know
that
what?
should not be like that.
I kind of feel that way sometimes at work. Like if you show up to a house because there's nothing in the house because the floors need to be like nothing on them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you just walk into a completely empty house. It always
Feels
feels it feels weird.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm
Well,
in
I
a
think that's
liminal
why-
space every day.
Are you okay mentally?
I think so.
Certain
Okay.
background sounds like radiators, or if you talk about the Doppler effect and stuff like that, is anxiety driven because it's sounds that don't have meaning. They're just filler sounds.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be anything else except just background noise.
You
But
know what
when
really
all you
sucks?
have is background, it freaks you out.
What really sucks is when the power goes out and that background suddenly shuts off. You ever have your heart drop
there's
when
nothing,
that happens?
Yeah.
There's suddenly nothing. I'll be in a sleep and the power will go off and I'll hear just everything shut off all at once and it I jolt up and my heart starts beating really fast. It's crazy. Is that liminal?
I don't know. That's liminal. It's just scary.
Okay.
But I get that. It's kind of like when you're laying in bed and there's no sound. If the clock
Yeah.
stops ticking, and you're like, all right,
It's
what's going on?
That's suspicious.
Yeah, because even if it's background, your brain legitimately hardwires that as your
Yeah.
background ambiance, and it's gone.
That needs to be there.
Because it's kind of all fear, some form of anxiety
Yeah.
of what could happen, what's not happening, and stuff like that.
Mm.
Anyways, so that's what the liminal space is in the terms of
That's what liminal space truly means.
yeah, that's what it's in terms of whatever. They say it could be used for for an emotional standpoint, divorce.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
your
yeah.
previous was marriage, your future is singleness, but you're stuck in this weird middle ground of like, okay, what's happening to me?
What's happening to me?
What's going on? Or
I
like
don't
getting a new
understand.
job and stuff like that. It's like
Yeah.
that whole, because it's like, it's freakier to not have
You're in
a
liminality.
direction. Yeah, to be in like a state, it's like being dropped in the middle of like the water.
Oh no.
Like you have nowhere you can go, you can be. You're just somehow in the middle of everything, and that's what's supposed to be freaky. Because we as human
is
beings
scary.
want something, even if it's bad. At least if we had that end goal there and make it,
Yeah.
then our brains click like, cool, we
Cool, we're
achieved
good.
it. Yeah, we have a steady thing. When there's nothing around, then it starts freaking you out, which is I think why being in the dark's scary too.
Because you can't see anything.
Yeah, there's nothing to cling to. Like your brain's just running.
You don't know what is around you.
Apparently, liminal comes from the Latin word limen, which
Lemon?
means threshold. Lemon. It's
Lemon.
like Lenin, but it's like lemon, but an I instead of an
E.
E. So
Lemon.
lyman.
Oh,
Lyman. All men
lemon.
lie.
Lemon.
Yeah. Lemon.
Liminal. Lemon.
Lemon.
What does it mean?
Lemon.
Threshold.
What does it mean?
Threshold.
Threshold.
Which is a cool way to. That's actually kind of cool. I like the
That
word
was a
threshold.
joke.
That's a good way.
It's not actually.
Women are lemon.
I was being silly.
No, be sillier, please. All clowns have their day.
Lemon.
Then basically I went deep on the nerd sites to figure out where this came from.
Yeah.
Apparently, the term liminal space, in terms of like this stuff, came from May 12th on 4chan. If this was 2005, who do you think? Which one of us do you think would be on 4chan? I think it's for sure would be Carter.
Yeah,
I'm for it. I
probably
don't
me,
know
that
what 4chan. I thought this whole time you were saying forge hand.
No, 4chan.
Like you're
Oh.
forging a
four
hand.
and then chan. 4chan.
I've never heard of 4chan
Noah,
in
can
my
you explain
life until
4chan
today.
better to Jonah?
I've never heard of that.
You don't know what 4chan is?
No.
Apparently, it's a very bad
What is
Reddit.
it?
It was
Yeah.
Reddit before Reddit. And it was
Never heard
supposed
of
to be untraceable and it was unmoderated. So
Oh.
people would do and post anything on that.
Oh,
You know how
damn.
Reddit's like the open forum, and Reddit when it first came out had a lot of issues with people posting like people getting killed by like cars and stuff like that.
No.
And now they kind of get rid of it. 4chan was like that, except like what it didn't
They
like
didn't care.
various like extremist groups came from 4chan.
Oh.
Do you guys know what AR games are?
No.
Yeah. Augmented reality.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. AR.
That's what they are. That's what AR stands for.
There's a different.
Assault rifle games?
No.
No, I know I know.
I don't know
vaguely
what
You know what I'm
trying
talking
to talk
about? It's,
yeah.
I don't remember. It's essentially like a real life like treasure hunt almost. It's
That's augmented reality games.
no. I'm definitely thinking of something else because I know it's
I
a
think this is
different name.
before that, yeah.
Yeah.
4chan
Anyways,
has Rise in the
Explain a
2000s.
type of game. Explain a type of game.
I don't know how to explain it right now. I can go further into detail after, but it kind of takes a long
You're talking
time
real
to
life,
explain.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in real life, you go places and you play the game, right?
No.
Then
I
what do
mean,
you do?
kind of, but
Yeah.
Just
I
give
think
a
you're
quick
both right,
explanation.
but I think the problem is what Carter's saying came way before that like term was like coined like that. So it's like
Yeah.
kind of like a primitive version of it, if that makes sense.
An augmented reality game is basically like virtual reality. You go into the virtual world and you stay where you are in the real world.
Yeah.
And you move around the virtual world. Augmented reality is you play the game and you move around in the real world to play the game.
no, that's not really what I'm talking about. I don't think.
That's what an AR game is.
Okay.
At
Well, the
least now.
term AR game that I'm referring to is like an older term. It's, anyways, it's kind of hard to explain because it just takes a while. But anyways, that's 4chan was like where you could like most commonly like find those and like I don't know. It's
Didn't-
kind of yeah.
I could be wrong, but I swear, didn't 4chan have a board? So it works like you basically have browser boards. We can go to like discussion boards. I believe they had one where people would pay guys to go pull IPs before people could do it on their own.
Nice.
Really.
So like back in the old days when like people really didn't pull IPs,
So
Yeah.
you're
you would
saying
pay someone to go pull your IP and or send it to a 4chan. It's like the idea of what was the dark web,
Yeah.
but like the accessible version of it.
so like if I
Like the
wanted
true
to
dark
find
web.
some fellow cannibals to teach me how to cook and eat Carter, I
You
would go to
could.
4chan.
You
You
could.
could
I don't know
find
if
them.
4chan is as powerful as it used to be now
No.
with all the different internet laws, but when it first came out, yeah, you could.
I could
people would
find some
post
bro and he would tell me how
crazy
to
stuff.
cook Carter's with donkey.
You can look up and hear crazy stories, dude. Like they used to post like people's like dead bodies and stuff.
That makes
What?
sense.
I'm not looking to cook you and eat you. And I definitely didn't say fellow cannibals earlier.
Num num. It's like the guy in the attic. I'm getting the munchies. No. Sorry. Oh no, the munchies are
Oh,
hitting.
God,
yeah.
geez.
I need to go find a single male I can devour. Every serial killer has their. Okay, you know what? You know what? No. In light of Spooky Month, if you were a serial killer, what would you be? What would your victim profile be?
That's a good question.
I was gonna just straight up say gay man. I don't know.
No, that's
You
been
already
done
said it.
before.
What would my victim profile be?
I don't think I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, you,
Everything that comes to mind is just really bad.
Like, even, like, there's nothing you can say isn't bad.
oh, I was gonna say NASCAR drivers that always come in last, and it would be kind of be like one of those like
Because the
funny
NASCAR
like,
races would be interesting.
yeah, right. Like if you're not good enough, you just straight up disappear.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
what it
only
would-
the elite.
I'm trying to make
racing.
exactly. I'm trying to make NASCAR better by slowly killing them all.
Wow.
Hypothetically, in a different universe.
So it's like in like driving games when you have elimination mode.
Yeah, but
Whoever
real life.
class.
Yeah, exactly.
You could have that, but it's like real life NASCAR.
It's like
Oh,
when
yeah,
they
and then
play
they have
Spoon.
families they can't go back to.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, really upset
Yeah.
stakes.
I have my victim profile set.
Okay, what is it?
Simply me.
I'm moving out to the Appalachian Trail. Maybe not the Appalachian Trail.
Fun killing
I'm moving
hiker.
out to the mountain somewhere, and I'm killing hikers. Only the stupid ones though, like the ones that are like alone, like on the trail and stuff, and like just being stupid in general. Yeah, I'm
only gonna kill the ones I want to kill.
yeah.
Only
But
the
if they're
ones-
going the Appalachian Trail and it's a group of them, you know what? You're smart. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
good. You know the ones that go like 15 miles off the trail to really get into nature. You're
Yeah,
like,
those
"Oh."
ones they're dead. You're gonna
Really
get
gotta
what
get
you.
into
This
the
is what you
crazy.
wanted by going off trail. That is what you wanted,
Dude,
right?
I'm not doing. How can I be the bad guy? I'm just doing what they asked for.
How am I the bad guy?
My least favorite Backrooms things or liminal spaces, I will just say right now, is for sure the park ones. I
Oh, you don't like
hate the
parks?
creepy nighttime parks because they used to scare me as a kid.
Do you remember
Yeah.
when we went to the park by your house at nighttime and it got foggy?
Yeah, I got a photo of that I'll post too. The weird foggy one I took. That one's a pretty good Backrooms one.
Oh, nice.
But another thing they say that that affects the liminal space thing is the nostalgia aspect, because it adds deeper to the layer of something that's wrong that shouldn't be. Because like
Right.
you remember and you have such fond memories of playing at the park or at Chuck E. Cheese, and
Yeah.
now you're looking at this weird like gross version of it.
Mhm.
And it kind of plays into the true fear aspect of anxiety when it comes to horror of like, yeah, you're just looking at an abandoned park, but it's the idea of like, why is it abandoned? What could be
Yeah.
going on? Is there something outside you can't see with the picture? So it even grips that. So like, as long as your imagination's running and you're on like a stale potato in the head,
Yeah.
it freaks you out more because now you're really thinking like, oh no, oh no, oh no. But I was gonna say that we can talk about me and Jordan's experience at the Backrooms Mall. I don't know if that just picked up in the mic, but my computer just went, oh.
I heard it.
Okay. And then, I don't know. Yeah. So you guys want to see some photos?
Yeah. We'll look at some photos. Make sure you save them. Ooh, it looks like that's so creepy. It looks like
Oh,
there's
let
a
me-
shadowy
let me
figure
hi-
at the back of the.
Let me hit up the brightness.
Yeah, boost that brightness for me, if you will. Oh, it's much better. Still looks like there's a
Yeah,
shadow
that
at
was
the end
not
of the
bad.
hallway.
There was definitely a person down there.
You son of a gun.
All right, we need to describe each of these photos.
Whoa!
Oh! No, that's the mall!
Is that
Is
actually
this
the
the mall?
mall?
Is this the mall you guys were at?
No, but Caleb and I were in a liminal space, and I forgot about it until I'm seeing this photo right now.
Where were you guys
No,
at?
no, no,
Oh
no,
my
no,
God.
no,
Where you
no,
guys
no,
at?
no,
Go back
no,
to
no,
the
no,
Oh
no,
god,
no,
that
no,
one's
no.
horrifying. No, not that one. This one.
Hold up,
Oh! Jordan, what are you about to do? What's
I
going on?
have the liminal space videos.
You went
From
to a
when we-
little
Okay,
space.
should we
That
post?
mall.
Should, if me and Jordan are like,
Was that the mall?
can me and Jordan post this to the Instagram?
Can we put it on YouTube?
Sure.
as long as they're not like
If we
horrific.
crop them all together.
Oh, the videos? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay,
You can
okay.
post whatever you want.
All right,
to
we're gonna
these.
sideline real quick. Hello, lawyer listeners. Just so you know, our family went to Cincinnati, and there's a place there called the Cincinnati Mall, and the Cincinnati Mall is famous for mall explorers, which are people who like to explore abandoned malls. The mall only has 3 places: a JCPenney, a Big Bass, and an arcade. The only 3 places in this giant freaking mall, biggest mall in like Ohio or something like that.
Well, it was.
It is completely empty, shuttered, boarded, barely freaking lit up, so it's all dim. It has freaking the whole ceilings leaking and coming down. It is horrifying. It is the perfect liminal space thing. And we'll post the videos, but
Go
just
check
to
the
talk about
Patreon
it
for
was
the videos of all of us going there.
Sounds
it
like
was
the perfect
actually
place.
Because we're all going to head back together.
we're gonna have to go through all these videos and pick up all the things we promised and post them so we don't get sued for like a false information.
Oh, we will. Don't worry.
It was completely, so weird. It was just really like abandoned, and it felt weird.
We're in
It
a
was gross,
abandoned mall that was just
and
really
it was scary.
abandoned.
And I remember as soon as we walked in, I looked at Kayla. I'm like, "Holy crap, we're in a liminal space." Basically, we went because there was an arcade in the mall, and we found a Groupon to go to this arcade. So my whole family was gonna go to this arcade, and it's freaky, dude. We'll put the videos together. We'll put it on YouTube or on the Instagram or something. So just be ready for it and you can watch it. But it was freaky. I documented like most of it because it was
When
terrifying.
me and my dad went there, we were trying to find a bathroom, and we found this one, and all the urinals and all the toilets except one were all like shrink wrapped up, and the whole
Yeah.
place just felt weird. And then when we were leaving, my dad was like, "Man, it feels like we're in a dream," and it was, dude, it was like a perfect theme. Where I'm like, dude, you don't get it, man. You just described a whole like niche online thing. Like
Like the
this
whole
is all it is.
the whole time we were in there, I was waiting for someone to just look at me and do like the classic like wake up, wake up, wake up, because
Is this
it
where
didn't
you
feel
are?
real.
Do you feel like you're floating?
Can't wait till we go back.
I can't go back.
We will.
I can't go back.
What was that? Did you just electrify yourself?
No. But I think I unplugged your thing.
Dude, don't shock yourself. I'm telling you right now, that thing was throwing sparks up like freaking an Irishman throwing hands in a bar.
That's good. It's still plugged in.
I gotta crack my.
Okay, so this is a completely sidetracked thing before we go into the next topic. You guys want to see the most cool photo ever? Love you to death, listeners. I'll post this too. Look how cool this photo is.
What is that?
It's a phone booth, but look how perfect the snow is around it. I love snow like that. Hee hee,
Oh,
that's
that's
not.
snow?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
snow.
Oh, I just thought that was like some weird edited space rocks type stuff.
Mental floss.
What you got there, buddy?
Oh, I hate water ones like pools and stuff. I'm
That one's not bad.
so I'm a bit of afraid of water.
Yeah, I know.
One of those things that with it is pools. I have something with pools I don't like. Like oh my god, you know what liminal space we were in before? Remember when we were in hey, move your body. Oh hey, you know when we were in Ohio, I think, and we went to that one hotel that had the indoor water park. And all the lights were turned low, and it was like a jungle theme, so they had like animals around.
Oh,
And it was just our family, and it was a full size water park, but with only us 5 in it at night.
I remember
it was
coming down when
horrifying, dude.
they had these like fake like a big hippo and a fake elephant above one of the
Yeah.
slides, and I remember them being so scary, and like they were obviously fake, but they were like
Yeah.
just so
It had because you
scary.
could barely see the water. The water was darked out too because you didn't
Yeah.
have all the lights on.
Yeah.
So like every time you would go on something, you had that weird thought in your back of your head, like something's in this water I cannot see and it's gonna grab
Or
me.
That's
someone's
how I
in
feel
the
when I go
slide.
on like a lake.
Oh yeah, someone's in a slide.
That's what I
Oh.
don't like about lakes.
Oh,
Is the
that
lake water is
was
so
liminal
murky that you
space.
can't like see anything under you.
Oh yeah, for
like
sure.
that
What's also
turtle
disgusting is
waiting
thinking
to
why it's
bite
murky.
you. I didn't do it, but I almost did the Carter voice.
Doesn't a snapping turtle have like a significantly higher like PSI than a dog bite or something
I
like that?
think it does. That's because the snapping turtle snaps.
I can't believe you would even say such a controversial thing.
Not controversial. It's well known.
It's what?
It's well known. I think it's one of the most well known things. You see the name snapping turtle and you just immediately know what it does.
No. What if I say
It snaps.
if I say running engine?
It's
It
running.
doesn't run.
There we
running.
go, Carter. Listen, Noah. All I'm saying is
Well,
that
there, Tiger.
clearly two of us clearly went to college, and one of us didn't. And the person saying the snappy turtle snap? I don't know. You're on the hot seat. Is all I'm gonna say.
Noah does have a.
You know, has a degree. I don't have a degree. Yeah, you're right.
No one's about to have his second degree.
Ole, 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 ole. La di da. La di da. Ole, 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 ole. La di da. La di da.
All right, next topic.
So I only just looked at this stuff today, and I thought the SCP Foundation was also a liminal space thing, but apparently it's not, is what I found out today.
Oh, no. It's not.
Oh no, we got the expert over there. We got the SCP expert.
Get out of here, expert.
I'm no expert,
Okay, good.
but
Very good.
But no.
no, it is. Oh, it's not a liminal space.
No, the SCP Foundation is basically this organization that... So SCP stands for Secure, Contain, and Protect. And that's their, like, slogan. You know how companies will have, like, a stupid slogan? There's
Yeah.
a Secure, Contain, Protect. So they're the SCP Foundation. And what they do is they basically track down, like, anomalies or, like, creatures or, like, just weird things that shouldn't belong on the planet or whatever, and their goal is to contain them, or if they can't contain them, to kill them. And basically, like, there's a whole bunch of different ones, like in like the lore of the SCP Foundation. There's like I think there's like thousands of different like creatures and anomalies and stuff, and they each have like a number. So like it's like SCP like 001 or SCP like 120 or whatever. Like they have the SCP in front and then a number for each creature. And so basically what the Foundation does is they try to like protect everyone on the world. They want to protect the world ultimately, but they also want like the human race to not have knowledge of this other stuff, so they can just like go on living without like having to worry about it. Basically, it's kind of like, isn't Shield kind of like that in Marvel?
Yeah, it's kind of like
It's kind of like that, but they're like not like Shield at all. Well, I guess they kind of are. But so the way the SCP Foundation works is they won't hesitate to like wipe out like an entire village for like the greater good of nobody finding out about like the anomaly or whatever. So like if like there's a creature like in a town or whatever, and like everyone in the town knows about the creature by the time they're able to like contain it or kill it or whatever, they have no problem with just wiping that town off the face of the earth.
Jeez.
And the way that the Foundation operates is they basically all the world leaders have agreed that the Foundation like can do their work or whatever. So the SCP Foundation works at a level above all the world rulers, so they're not bound by like any laws or anything. So basically, what they do is they try to contain the creatures, and they have like different facilities and stuff. And if they can't contain them, then they kill them. And then like the hierarchy in the Foundation itself, they're like the personnel are classified like level A through E. Level A is like the top. That's like the people. They're not allowed anywhere near the creatures. They're not allowed to interact with the creatures because most of the time, like whenever they find one or whatever, they don't know like what it does or what the effects of it are. So they don't want any of the higher up people like being anywhere near them. And then the level B personnel are like kind of like the branch managers of the different like Foundation headquarters they have. And those guys are also not allowed to like be in contact with any of the creatures or like near them, except for like the ones that they've deemed safe, because there's some like anomalies and stuff that are like weird little aliens that are fine. Like there's one that's like, it literally just looks like a blob of jello, but it's like always happy, and then when you touch it, it like makes you feel like happy or whatever.
Oh, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
Where does this originate from?
Where does the SCP Foundation originate from?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Sounds like a
The
Reddit
movie,
thing.
Reddit. A
'Cause
book.
I know you can post like right now. You can make your own entries into the SCP stuff.
Yeah, I don't know exactly, but so that's level B, and then level C. Oh, level C is the like the field workers, or the people who go out into the field and like capture the creatures or anomalies and like bring them in and contain them. So they're in contact with the things, so they're very likely to die when they're like out and stuff. And then level D, what they do to like when they contain them, they do like different tests on them and stuff to like see what they do and whatnot, and to like determine if they're like containable or not. And what they do is they take prison inmates on death row or like life sentence prison inmates, and that's like class D workers, except they literally just force them to go in with their
Dispensable or something like that.
yeah. They basically just use them for the tests and stuff, and they just throw them in there. And then level E is prisoners who they've put in contact with the creatures or whatever and like run their tests, and then they quarantine the level E prisoners to see if like there's any sort of disease or like anything that could be like contagious for people, so they quarantine them and observe them. So basically the prisoners are just patsies, but they also separate the creatures in different levels. And there's like, I forget the names of all the levels, but there's like a safe level, which means that's like the bottom tier level. They're easily
Like your
contained and
Jell-O.
stuff. Yeah, like the Jello is a safe one. They're containable, and I think they're harmless too, is the thing. And then like it goes up in levels from there, and then the top level is that it's uncontainable. It can't be contained, it can't be stopped. It's gonna happen no matter what. And one of the ones, I watched a video on it earlier, one of the ones that's like at the top level where it's uncontainable is basically the sun at some point just like turns, like flips a switch or whatever, and anyone who like comes, like their skin comes in contact with the light, they like start to melt a little bit, and then like if they touch other people who have also been in contact with the light, they kind of congeal into like this mass of bodies and stuff, and like the sun kind of just like controls them. So it's basically like a big apocalyptic event that's I think it's one of like the few uncontainable ones.
Okay.
So like I was reading it or whatever, and basically like that happens, and like almost immediately, because it's the sunlight reflected off the moon also does it, so like almost immediately like 98% of the Earth's population is like turned into that. And then at that point, like they like try to take the other people, and they try to like bring you out into the light or whatever. So that's like an example of one of like the anomalies or creatures. Another anomaly is there's like this, I think it's a painting or maybe it's a book, but it's basically like you can go into it, and it's this huge, like it's an IKEA, but it's like a way bigger IKEA, and the IKEA will like generate these humanoid things that try to like chase you down and stuff inside of it. Yeah, there's like it's really weird. There's a
love that
whole
one.
bunch of different like monsters and stuff. I think
I-
it's really interesting.
I have a quirky activity for us to do.
Go to an IKEA.
No.
Oh.
Make right now, Caleb. Make one of these anomalies. What is
Oh.
Ooh, I've got a good one.
it? I got mine.
Okay.
Wanna
this
hear it?
number? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, give it a number. Yes, give it a
Give a
number.
number.
Okay, wait, what?
It doesn't matter if it's one that's already.
Oh,
You just give it a number.
0 0
6.
4 7 8 9
Well, it's
Q12
okay. That's fine.
A1.
Yeah, now it just became a barcode.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's actually a formula.
Whoa.
One day, every cactus
Oh.
is gonna be able to walk, and it's gonna hug people. And once
Oh.
it hugs you, you grow a bunch of spikes like the cactus.
Oh.
Ew, I like it. I like it.
Is this an uncontainable occurrence?
I mean, are you gonna be able
The
to contain
highest
every
level is-
single cactus?
The highest
I
level
think
is called Acalon, I think.
I think
I
there's
think
like
it could be contained.
there's like 10%.
I think
of the
that can
world's
be
surface
contained.
is a cactus.
I think that's containable. I don't
Every
think it's
single
safe level.
cactus?
Probably, no, it'd be like 2% of the world has a cactus. Less maybe.
Think of like a
I think
desert.
it's containable.
They're just
especially
gonna
if
get
you
up
don't
and
have
walk
cactuses.
in Nevada.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah, it would just be really bad for it would
find
just
the
really bad
levels.
for America.
All right, I'm done.
Let me see if I can't find the different levels for these. Okay, so I think Archon. Oh no, Apollyon maybe. I don't know. Okay, there's a
Apollyon
safe
makes
class, and then the safe class is the one I talked about. The Euclid class is one of them, and that's like the next step up. And then there's like the Keter class, the Thaumiel class. The Thaumiel class I think is the one where it's like I don't know. I don't remember. There's a bunch of different classes. We don't need to worry about the classes right now. We can talk about that at a different time if we want to, but
We'll get back into
What's
it.
your monster or anomaly?
yeah. And give it a number.
Okay. 669 420.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you stop shaking, bro?
Sorry,
You're like
energy.
clapping your thighs together.
Sorry, energy.
Okay, so 69420, right?
Yeah.
69420C.
Oh, okay.
It's a potato, right?
Yes.
During the Great Potato Famine, he was excuse my grammar. One potato who survived, right?
Yeah.
The Irishmen took him as a lord, or lord above, right? Because every time you bit into him, it regrew, right?
Oh.
The potato regrew itself.
Okay.
So then he just started. It was only a small part of Ireland. One of the towards the bottom half, where they still speak Gaelic to this day.
Yeah.
And they all started eating from this never-ending potato. But little did they know, when the famine ended and people could finally eat again,
Yeah.
that the potato all along was sentient, and every time someone bit into him, he was processing and storing their DNA.
Oh.
All right. So then the potato ended up going back. He grew little legs,
Yeah.
right? He grew little arms,
Hmm.
a complex vascular system,
Yeah.
nervous system, brain, everything, right? He
Yeah.
he morphed himself into a human being, right?
Yeah.
He took all the different parts of their DNA and made the perfect human being. And then he went to the fields and started I don't know which word I can say. Let's say he started forcefully populating other potatoes to infuse this newfound perfect DNA he acquired from these Irish villagers during the Great Potato Famine.
Yeah.
And he started creating a whole village of potato people, right?
Okay.
Potato human beings, perfect specimens.
Okay.
And then we'll just yada yada yada. A great fire broke out. Lots of mass murder and death.
Yeah.
All those who survived the famine ended up getting killed by bullets and
Oh.
hailfire.
Yeah.
And the only one that was left was the original potato, which I don't know what would be a good horrific potato name.
Bob.
Okay, I like Bob.
What?
Bobbioso,
What's
and
wrong with mine?
then his Gaelic name is yeah. So Bobbioso survived, and he's the one that he captured. I don't know what tier you put him in because he's just a human being now.
Safe.
So I would say safe as
He's
long as he
probably
doesn't
safe.
get out.
He's very containable. Probably he wouldn't kill anyone if they went in, right?
No, he just wants to make potato children.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I
as
think
long as
he's
you don't
safe.
give him
He's
potato, as
containable.
long as you keep him away from a nice, fertile potato field, he is useless.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
very good.
Thank you. I really put a lot. I've actually been writing as a fan fiction. I myself am one of the potatoes in the field.
Oh gosh.
Visit his Reddit.
Don't look at that. The reason why I had to deactivate both accounts was getting too many replies.
Oh man.
I really like the
I got
story. Is there
one.
any way you can write
Alright.
them more?
Go ahead.
So mine's an imposterous moon that travels from solar system to solar system and planet to planet,
Yeah.
and it will basically cover up the sun like a solar eclipse. Basically, it'll cause, but it's big enough to cover the whole sun so that whichever planet it has
Eclipsed.
eclipsed, it will that planet will have to go days and days without sun until eventually everything like crops don't have sunlight to continue growing, workers can't continue doing their jobs without
It would freeze.
it would the temperatures would drop, the tides would be crazy, until planets ecosystems completely collapse and then it moves on to another planet.
Does it like kill
Containable.
everyone?
I mean, it lets the it lets that
What does
planet
it get
that
out of this? Is it just a sick thrill of it?
sick thrill.
My gosh.
A lot of them don't have like
This
a rhyme or
meme planet
reason. It's
just
just what they
loves-
are.
It's just that's just its nature.
It's what it does.
That's deep. I like that one. That's like a Twilight Zone episode.
You didn't give him a number.
That is SCP-0000.
They usually only do 2 zeros, and then the last, like they would do 001.
Mm,
Even if there is
Zero,
thousands,
zero.
but they do 001.
00. This is the first.
So it would be
one.
000.
Yeah.
Whoa, the ultimate.
The thing is that there's multiple 001s.
Because zeros is the shape of the moon.
That makes sense.
Whoa, is it really multiple 001s?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uncreative.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Isn't one
saying.
of them Peanut?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I know a decent amount, a very, very, very like kindergarten amount of SCP lore, because Ruben Sim, the guy who makes Roblox videos, made like 7 SCP videos. We were just playing the
Nice.
D class person trying to escape.
A D-class person?
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's one of the prisoners.
I watched them all, and I find them so funny. So I slowly learned more about SCP just watching this guy's videos.
Nice.
What's your anomaly?
My anomaly is that one day all of the gummy bears in the world came alive.
All three of you have created like
And then
armies.
no. So mine is it's a safe. He's SCP-047, and all the gummy bears came alive, and then they all like came together and like molded together and made one massive gummy bear.
Did he start doing
gosh,
the
that would
gritty
be
and sing the Gummy Bear song?
No. So he became a massive gummy bear, and he was so big that he was uncontainable because there was just no facility to contain him, so they killed him.
What?
They ate him.
Did they
Did
eat him?
he eat him?
All right, yeah.
Man, I wish I was there for that.
Yeah.
But he kind of liked it.
Yeah, the whole time he's eating, he's got this like sick
He's
little,
like, "Ah."
this sick thrill of a smile.
No,
Yeah.
no, he was dying the whole time. He was screaming in pain. Yeah, pretty tragic for 047.
What a sad way for 047 to go.
All I'm saying is that after looking into the SCP stuff just the tiniest bit, I want to make my own type of like thing like that with my own monsters and then make a game out of it.
That would actually be sick.
It's kind of like if Goosebumps had a
But I want to do it good because
revolving plot.
as was said, they had multiple 001s, and I think that's unrealistic.
It is unrealistic.
So I'm gonna make one better.
Didn't they try to make a good SCP game? I know there's a Gary's Mod one.
Let's make a Smash Bros. Game with SCP.
But didn't they
characters.
try to make like a good one?
Oh.
That's what I meant earlier when I said I would have smashed.
Dude, a Smash Bros. Game SCPs would be cool.
They really would. 'Cause
Just all
there's, like, so
horror
many different-
characters
yeah.
too.
They all got their own little quirks. I don't know much about any of the other characters. I know there's a Plague Doctor one. I know there's one called the Children.
I think
There's-
it's cool because it's kind of like a creepypasta thing,
Yeah.
but with an actual like universe, like a connected plot
Mhm.
line. Like I was saying, like Goosebumps, but if you
It's
had a
set
connected
in our
plot line.
universe, which is cool.
Yeah, I like that.
It's scary though, you know.
Can
You know
it be
what?
real?
It could be. Because the only thing that's scary about it is that like the SCP Foundation literally, like they would wipe out an entire country just to preserve like
Dude, we do that nowadays to just preserve money.
yeah
So, I mean, I kind of like it better if they're doing it to preserve the truth about
Bigfoot.
the
yeah,
truth
Bigfoot.
about the SCP monsters.
Do you think Bigfoot is an SCP, or there is a Bigfoot?
Yeah, he's
SCP?
9624.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
You really had me convinced.
I know he didn't know that because I don't think they have that many. But I bet he is.
I think people just give random numbers
Well,
to him.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, they went up for a while.
Probably
think
now.
there's-
Now
well,
it's probably
people-
just random bull crap.
You're saying that people can add stuff to it?
If you go to the right side right
There's
now, you
some
can submit.
semblance
You can
of
submit
reason.
SCPs.
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
can submit it.
my
There is
imposter
some
as moon.
semblance of reason to their rhyme. I assume the multiple 001s is they have a reason for it. I just don't know the reason for it.
There's just so many of the first ones. We couldn't decide who gets the right to be first.
I mean, the 001 for like the mass apocalyptic sun one makes sense because it's the most dangerous and you can't stop it.
Yeah, it's the end times.
Yeah.
But I like how Peanut's one of them.
I don't know what Peanut is.
You never seen?
You Peanut's the funny guy that stands against the wall with his butt sticking out.
Yeah. No,
What?
you've seen a picture of Peanut.
I
I'm
want to
not.
see Peanut.
You'll know it when you see it, because when you were on that YouTube channel, one of the thumbnails had him on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude,
Show
no,
him-
you're gonna
show
no.
him
We'll
Peanut.
find it because it's so funny. Because he's like,
He's
nobody
got like a
love
funny
me.
green and red face.
Nobody love me, and he's got his like big old like butt sticking out. Yeah, that guy, Peanut.
This guy's horrifying.
Look at what he does. I want to know what his powers are.
Okay. It's Peanut.
Oh, that's Peanut.
He's
Yeah.
scary.
Oh,
Look at
he's
his
a
cake
weirdo.
though. He's always got
He's
that back
always
arch.
caked up.
Nobody loves him?
Yeah, when I watched my
Nobody
video,
does me.
they only talked about the safe class, Keter class, Euclid class, and Thaumiel class. But apparently there's also an Apollyon class and an Arcana class.
This is SCP-173.
I think there
Is it
isn't-
173?
I think the reason there's
I'm
multiple 001s is because they haven't named one. Because the playlist is called 001 Proposals.
Mm.
So that makes me think that they haven't decided which one is 001. But that sun one I was
Well,
talking about, I think
if-
is 096.
If you're
normally.
if you're saying that they were
called
going
When
up,
Day
then
Breaks.
001 would have been just the first one found.
Yeah.
So they're just given numbers based on.
That apocalyptic sun one is called When Day Breaks.
Wait, I wanted. Can someone look up some of these and we can read some of them before we move on?
Yeah, actually, that would be a lot of fun.
Apparently also this dude pits, it's a YouTube channel I'm looking at. This dude pits like SCP monsters against each other in some of these.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like what 1,000 Minecrafters beat one Wither,
No.
and then they're all like screaming like, "Oh!"
Cthulhu is one of them.
Really?
20
You put a Cthulhu in there?
2662.
Did you really put Cthulhu in there?
Yeah, 2662.
Lovecraft is turning in his grave right now.
Oh, I heard of the Red Pool before.
right now. I'm better than that.
SCP-682 is an unkillable thing. They tried killing it with guns and grenades and stuff, and it wouldn't, and fire, and it wouldn't kill it. Let me go through class types real quick, just so we have an idea. So there's a safe class. Safe class SCPs are anomalies that are easily and safely contained. This is often due to the fact that the Foundation has researched the SCP well enough that containment does not require significant resources, or that the anomalies require a specific and conscious activation or trigger, such as your potato. He needs other potatoes to be triggered. Classing an SCP as safe, however, does not mean that handling or activating it does not pose a threat. Then there's the Euclid class. Euclid class SCPs are anomalies that require more resources to contain completely, or where containment isn't always reliable. Usually this is because the SCP is insufficiently understood or inherently unpredictable. Euclid is the object class, that's what these classes are called, object classes, with the greatest scope, and it's usually a safe bet that an SCP will be this class if it doesn't easily fall into any of the other classes. As a note, any SCP that's autonomous, sentient, and or sapient is generally classified as Euclid.
Would that be which one of those? Would that be any of your guys's or no?
The gummy bear would be sentient. It would probably be a Euclid class.
Yeah, he's unpredictable.
Your thing was let's read the other classes first,
yeah,
because
it
it might
has to be an apocalyptic.
it might fall into a special class, yeah. And then there's the Keter class. Keter class SCPs are anomalies that are exceedingly difficult to contain consistently or reliably, with containment procedures often being extensive and complex. The Foundation often can't contain these SCPs well due to not having a solid understanding of the anomaly, or lacking the technology to properly contain or counter it. A Keter SCP does not mean the SCP is dangerous, just that it is very difficult or costly to contain. So that might be, Keter class might be the gummy bear, because it's so big.
Yeah.
It can't really do anything, but it's also like, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do about
But
it?
it's not dangerous. It's just
It wasn't
you
dangerous,
can't
yeah.
contain it. It's too
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, he enjoyed being eaten.
Yeah. Then we have the Thaumiel class. Thaumiel class SCPs are anomalies that the Foundation specifically uses to contain other SCPs. Okay, that's what it was.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
yeah. Even the mere existence of Thaumiel class objects is classified at the highest levels of the Foundation, and their locations, functions, and current status are known to few Foundation personnel outside the O5 Council. I forgot to say that. There's like a top 5 council in the SCP
Okay.
that basically calls all the shots. So basically Thaumiel, I think it's called like the Red Pool or something, or like Red Water or something like that. I don't know. Thaumiel class just is like they use the SCP to capture the SCPs and hold them. Neutralized SCPs are anomalies that are no longer anomalous, either through having been intentionally or accidentally destroyed or disabled, which makes sense.
I like that.
Then we have Apollyon. Apollyon class SCPs are anomalies that cannot be contained, are expected to breach containment imminently, or some other similar scenario. Such anomalies are usually associated with world-ending threats or a K-class scenario of some kind, and require a massive effort from the Foundation to deal with. So yours would definitely,
So the moon.
yours would be an Apollyon.
What
What
about
did you do? The
Jonas?
cactus?
Yeah.
The cactus. That makes other
I don't know.
people
There's one more.
spiky.
One sec. There's the Archon class. Archon class SCPs are anomalies that could theoretically be contained, but are best left uncontained for some reason. Archon SCPs may be a part of consensus reality that is difficult to fully contain, or may have adverse effects if put in containment. These SCPs are not uncontainable. The defining feature of the class is that the Foundation chooses to not put the anomaly into containment.
I like that for Jonas.
Yeah, I feel like yours
Should
is
we
one
stop
that they
the
would
cactus people? Or should we just let them be?
Yeah.
I think the world could use a couple extra hugs.
But then you're spiky. Like, how are you gonna sit on the toilet if you have spikes coming out of your butt?
Well, I
That's
think
gonna
they
hurt.
deal with it once it happens. I just think they just decide.
They're just like, okay,
As long
let's
as
go
they're
kill
just
some
like, oh,
cactus
it's not-
people.
We could contain it, but we're not going to contain it.
We'd rather just nuke Arizona and New Mexico, yeah.
Yeah. I forget what the O5 Council is, but that's basically all the classes. I mean, there's a couple other ones that are like pending, it hasn't been assigned a class. Esoteric / narrative classes are ones that don't fit into any of the other categories. Decommission means that it was used by senior staff in the past to delete unwanted articles, and then what?
Interesting.
But they're not used anymore, basically.
Hey everybody. It's Friday on this blessed day, October 28th. And with this blessed month, I just want to go over a few holiday stuff today. The day you should be listening to this podcast. First up, we have Bandana Day. For all you cool kids out there who want to learn how to play the drums and don't like cats. Then we got Chucks and Pearls Day. I don't really know what that one is, but it's kind of cool. Oh, guess what? Zach was found today. Good for them. It's Frankenstein Friday. So go electrocute yourselves in celebration. It's also Global Champagne Day, so go raise a toast to yourself for not writing that disgusting, horrible, immoral comment on that person you don't like's Instagram post. It's also International Animation Day. Those are the guys that make it where the funny jokes are, we see them make the funny jokes, not hear them. National Breadstick Day. I once shoved an entire one of those in my mouth. True story. National Caroline Day. I don't know if that's just if your name is Caroline. Congrats. Oh, this one's a big one for all my mothers over there at the age of 38 and older. National Chocolate Day. Hee 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 hoo. Get a little more serious. It's National First Responders Day. God bless, and remember, they only exist because we keep hurting ourselves. National Immigrants Day. Congratulations on all of you who immigrated over. Welcome to America. National Pharmacy Buyer Day. So this is a holiday for me because of all the myriad of pharmaceutical drugs I need to buy in order to keep the voices at bay. National William Day. If your name is William, that's cool. You have a whole day because every other day of your life will be a disaster thanks to your name. It's also Plush Animal Lovers Day. So if you got your little stuffies and you're above the age of 18, please throw them away. Wild Foods Day. Do not eat wild foods. And last but not least, it's Ward Lemur Day. Lemurs remain popular by the Madagascar movie where the guy says, I like to move it, move it. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you whenever I decide to do this again. Kisses.
Now let's read some about a couple SCP monsters here. I'm gonna go first real quick. This is SCP-957, and it looks creepy from the picture I see of it. We may or may not post it, but we're not really looking at the photo.
I am totally going to post it.
SCP-957 is a humanoid entity contained by the SCP Foundation, currently living somewhere within Kentucky. It has a large opening in its ventral torso, within which its innards may be seen and seem to be devoid of any internal organs. Additionally, it does not require feeding or sleep. Through interaction with Foundation personnel, SCP-957 has been shown to understand and fluently speak English, though it prefers to use a language which has yet to be identified. It is not hostile during encounters, but refuses to cooperate with interviews and testing. SCP-957 is said to use disproportionate strength to resist these measures, as well as proper containment, though it is not specified how it does this. SCP-957 requires certain conditions and allows the Foundation to observe it while it goes about its life. The conditions generally include that it resides in a home with one inhabitant. Does that mean one besides itself?
Yeah,
Probably,
I think
yeah.
so.
Oh, that's weird. Once it has entered the home, it will go to the single inhabitant and force them into the cavity in its torso, which is assumed to be extra-dimensional. The inhabitant will remain within SCP-957 for approximately 4 hours before emerging, at which point it will be missing its eyes and seem to have had drastic changes to its memory. The SCP-957 will remain in the house until the victim dies. It will then vanish from the residence and reappear in the nearest one, meeting its conditions. These victims will seem to have been blind all their life and even possess the knowledge and fluency of Braille. Additionally, they will believe that SCP-957 is a close family member, a dear friend, or a partner in an intimate relationship that has been severely burned all over its body. That's so gross, dude, considering what it looks like. As such, they show affection for the entity, although they will refuse to touch it. Once every month, the victim will go outside to a public place and feign blindness until someone helps it back inside. SCP-957 will then go to the civilian who helped the victim in and trap itself and the newcomer in a black spherical impenetrable barrier for approximately 5 hours. After this, the barrier will disappear, revealing the civilian, now dead, to have undergone various forms of physical changes, sometimes including additional limbs, reptilian scales, or rearranged appendages. The corpse will either have been reduced to piles of organs and sorted, at which point SCP-957 will use them to prepare a meal for its original blind victim, or the body will be whole and SCP-957 will simply drag it, my page just reset, will simply drag it to the resident's fireplace and burn it. So basically, if you didn't catch all that, because there was a lot that was kind of confusing, but I get it now. Basically, it lives in a house with a random person.
No, it straight up becomes a roommate.
Yeah, no, well, it lives in the house with a random person. It pulls a random person into its like big old chest cavity, and then their eyes get removed in there and its memories gets changed, so it thinks like the person that it's living with thinks that it knows it and is like close to it or whatever. And then 957 sends the first person out to get another person and bring them back. And then when they bring the other person back, they all go in a big black sphere together. And then after 5 hours, either the person is dead in a whole corpse or dead in a pile of organs, in which case they will either burn the body or eat the body.
Here's what I think about that one. First off,
Here's a picture, Caleb.
why would you show me that?
It's like the
screenshot
closet
that and
monster.
send it to me, please.
Why would you show
No, you're gonna
me
send
No,
that?
I won't. I probably will, but not now.
Okay.
Here's what I think. I think the guy who made that story had a really dumb roommate, like a roommate they were having struggles with, because he essentially shows up. He lives in your house, rent-free for existence, and only he takes your eyes and makes you think you're his best friend. He then makes you lure people inside for him to eat or light his fire, right? He is just the Monsterverse version of a bad roommate.
I can respect that. I can agree with that.
See,
Is there more to that, or just
I
no,
got
that
it.
was it. I just seen that
Okay.
picture again, and it kind of ruined all my thoughts. That picture
Sorry.
is horrifying.
Shall I
It
go?
really is? Yeah,
His
go
name
ahead.
would be David.
This is SCP 365.
Oh, like the days in the year.
Oh.
Did you just look up a random number to find it, or did you go
No,
searching?
I picked a funny name. I found a list of every single.
Oh yeah, what
SCP.
class do you think mine is? Because mine didn't have a class specified on it.
I have no idea. This one's Euclid though.
I think mine would be safe.
Wait, what number was
Oh
yours?
no, because it would still. Oh, safe doesn't necessarily mean it contained.
What number was yours?
I think it's a safe class. My number was 957, I think.
I'll go find them real quick.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it would be like safe or like Euclid.
Was it called the baiting?
It makes sense if it's called that.
And what's yours called?
It's Keter? Yeah, that's him.
Is it?
Yep.
Wow. So far,
It's a Keter class.
stories line up, man.
What do you mean?
I'm on the official site of every single
Yeah.
What
Keter
happened?
class.
Dude, this is actually wild though. Like whoever made this needs to get a life. I'm gonna click the tickle monster here, 999. It'll tell you the class, then it'll tell you, and then it'll go through when he was found, where he's being
Well, it's
kept.
made by multiple people.
Yeah.
Like, check
people
this out.
submit it as just like a.
No, I know, but I'm saying they still need to get a life. Like
Yeah.
watch, like in the beginning, who was the one I clicked on? I clicked on
365.
well, I clicked on a few. I clicked on one that was called "What Is Love."
Really?
Yeah, that's right.
Come on, I just want to hear about.
So,
one.
but like, look, it'll tell you
So I
like
can laugh.
where it's contained, currently contained, and whatever, and then there will be parts that will intentionally cut out because we're not supposed to know the information.
Oh come on!
No, but that's kind of cool though.
It is kind of cool.
That's
But
kind of cool.
Okay.
No, it really is. Like I really appreciate the
I
craftsmanship.
respect that actually.
Yeah, no, like honestly, I think it's really awesome, and I really respect what they're doing. But also, like, please just
Yeah, like look at this one.
just go to like a coffee
Mine
house or
starts
something.
by cutting out a bunch of stuff we're not supposed to know.
Good.
Like, can you? What was your story, big guy?
And look, and it gives a year, but it won't let you know.
Oh my gosh,
Okay,
That's so cool.
my
This
guy
is-
couldn't figure it out.
SCP-365.
Yes.
His class is Euclid.
Okay.
His name is
We live on Euclid.
the Pool Noodle. Way to
Oh,
dox
no.
ourselves.
Oh
Okay.
God.
So they say that SCP-365 is to be kept in a testing pool at all times.
Oh.
The door to the pool is to be locked and guarded by one security guard. And then it literally gives you a page in the manual to go to see why.
Oh no.
Oh God. When he puts two of them,
Experiment request must be approved by a level 3 researcher. So I guess researchers come by levels. SCP-365 is a green pool noodle made of foam. By itself, it displays no unusual properties and is physically identical to a typical noodle of normal size. SCP-365 unusual properties manifest only when it is placed in a body of water. Basically, what happens is if anyone gets completely submerged under that water and that pool noodles in that same body of water, they cannot get out of that water.
Really?
Oh
It
no,
says
that's horrific.
To them, it feels like they're swimming in an endless ocean, and no matter how high they like keep swimming towards the top, they cannot get out.
that's actually kind of dope.
And it says it doesn't matter how big the body of water is, as long as that pool
A
noodle's
puddle.
in it, it can control it.
Oh.
Only if you're completely submerged.
Oh.
So it said that
Keep your head above the water.
they've tested I feel so dumb reading it.
Dumb.
Like they actually tested
That
it.
is, it's
They
reality.
have tested. They said that they've tried all other. Okay, so the only way to get someone to be unsubmerged is to take the noodle out of the water, because the noodle can't harm you or anything. It's just it will if you get submerged. And it says that when it's doing this, it's just a noodle in the pool just shaking around. That's all it does.
Really?
But
That's kinda
they said
cute,
the only
though.
way to stop it is to take it out of the water, and then you can swim out no problem. They said that they tested other methods of rescue, and they've all failed. Cables and ropes all act like there's a resistance, and then they'll snap if you put too much on them.
Oh.
No draining system can drain the water.
Oh.
The water's just stuck. And basically you just kind of like kiss your butt goodbye unless someone's going to
Yeah.
get that thing out.
Oi! It looks like you made it through the podcast. I'm really excited for you to listen to another podcast. Make sure to go check out all the other things. We might be dropping a Patreon soon for you can catch up exclusive content. Make sure to check out our YouTube. The more likes and the more support we get on YouTube, maybe we'll put out even more videos. We're like a dog. You must train us to make more. This is the man.
Wow.
Okay, this is SCP-993. His class is safe. His name is Bobble the Clown. Basically, Bobble the Clown was a show that started airing in 90-something. They like to block that from you.
Yeah.
I bet I can. Nope. Okay. And basically, it's a TV show. That if you are the age of 10 or over, when you watch it, you will immediately fall unconscious. And when the program begins, you will remain incapacitated until the end of the program, later reporting a stabbing headache immediately before blacking out. Children under the age of 10 viewing this show.
Where is it? Where's Babo? Where is he?
Two of the
Two
four
of
of
the
us have
four of us
headaches
have
right
headaches.
now.
I got 2 hands for him, Knuckles and Blasters. I'm about to go crazy on him.
If you are under
Sorry.
the age of 10 and watching this, kids watching this show report that it teaches and advocates activities such as cannibalism, murder, and torture.
Oh.
So it teaches kids how to kill, eat, and torture people.
Nice.
3 essentials.
And it says that
Yeah,
that
yeah,
these
the
activities
3 pillars for society.
these activities become ingrained in the subject's minds.
Uh-oh.
And if you keep getting repeated and exposed to the show, it can result in permanent psychotic and schizophrenic symptoms.
You guys ready for my super spectacular, amazing question?
Oh yeah, we have to do
Okay.
the question. Yeah.
You can have one thing you've always wanted, but having it will eventually lead to a tragedy. Not a personal tragedy.
Just any tragedy.
Yeah. Like, for example, if Noah chooses to finally get his favorite car,
Mm-hmm.
it somehow directly leads to Pearl Harbor.
Oh my! I thought
That's
you were
what
just
I'm-
gonna say a car accident.
No, it's
But does
anything
you
a
know
tragedy.
that Pearl Harbor
Or
was his
yeah,
fault?
maybe it depends on what you get. You get a car,
So
yeah,
if you
car
get,
accident.
like,
If
a
Noah gets his dream job,
P-47 bomber, it might lead to Pearl Harbor.
What I want
exactly.
What I want is everyone to watch and share this podcast.
Okay, so you know what that would
That's
lead
really
to, though?
wholesome. I want a wife.
It would lead to a serial killer
What was the name of your SCP?
profiling purely people who watch his podcast.
That's fine. What do you desire, Caleb?
No, well,
Yes.
oh god.
Oh, no.
No, the question is more of would you do it if you knew directly that you
Oh.
did everything you've ever wanted, but it leads to some sort of horrible tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I would.
Hey, what about you, John?
I don't know what I want.
Well, dude,
Besides,
what
you-
about
You
you,
get your
Caleb?
dream, you become a famous musician.
What about you,
I don't want to
Caleb?
be a famous musician.
You become okay, whatever.
What about you, Caleb?
Me?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd probably do it.
Okay.
Because I mean, is it really your fault?
Yes.
100%.
You just said
You just
you
made it
just
100%
you
clear
just
that
made
it
it clear
is.
that it is 100% your fault.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, yeah, it's your fault, but it's not really your fault.
No,
Like,
it
you're
is.
not the one who did the accident. You just set the motion. Like you sold the car to the guy that eventually the brakes cut out and he crashes into the side of a hospital.
Thank you guys so much for listening. This is the end of the podcast. Make sure you guys come back Monday. I know it's not like regularly
Yep.
I know it's not a
Turns
regularly scheduled.
into Kermit.
regularly.
I make sure. All right, guys. Make sure. All right.
All right, guys. Make
All
sure
right,
you
guys.
tune in.
No, hey. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to this podcast. It was fun today for some of us. Make sure you tune back in Monday. I know it's not our normal Friday podcast, but Monday's our special Halloween podcast we're releasing just for Halloween, just for you guys. Make sure you go listen to any of our old podcasts you haven't listened to yet. There's some good ones in there.
That's a good call.
Yeah, hope you guys are enjoying it. Hope you guys are having fun.
Go to our YouTube.
Oh yeah, our YouTube. Yep.
YouTube.
Make sure you check our Instagram because we're going to be putting up all the
Yes.
pictures and stuff we've discussed today up on our
I'll
Instagram.
make sure you see.
Make sure you guys follow our Instagram because any photos or videos or whatever that we talk about on the podcast will always be on our Instagram.
Yeah.
So if you don't have our Instagram, then you won't be able to see the photos we talked about, and then you'll just be kind of confused. I mean, we described them pretty well, but
I am a modern Picasso with my mouth.
yeah, you are.
All right, love you, folks. Bye.
This is the end of the We're Not Experts podcast. I hope you guys enjoy yourself, and we'll see you again next week. I will be seeing you guys tonight since I do live under your bed, and you guys won't be seeing me because that's how this whole monster thing works. Make sure you come hang out with us again next Friday on the We're Not Experts podcast. Bye-bye.
You know what, guys? I'm finally gonna say it. After all the suspense, the reason why I hate women is they're just a bunch of.
We're not experts.
I'm sorry. I'll subscribe to Magic Touch Photos with a Z.
Dude, this is really wacky.
What about the podcast? What should they do with it?
Make sure to go subscribe to the podcast.
Guys, I've been meaning to talk to you. I think I might quit this podcast.
Should they rate the podcast?
Rate 5 stars.
Guys, I don't like how we treat our employees.
Good.
He's not an employee.
Guys,
I'm just a guest.
Guys, I'm thinking about quitting this podcast.
Make sure to listen to our podcast next week.
doesn't
And
even
thank you so
hurt
much
anymore.
for following our Instagram, subbing to our podcast, and leaving a like. Because remember, if you don't, you'll just be like him.